Welcome back to Car Mania, your one-stop channel for everything automotive. Today, we're diving deep into a truly nostalgic yet modern driving machine, the 2026 IKA Baqueano 500 vintage pickup truck. A name that rings with Argentinian pride, the Baqueano 500 returns in 2026, fusing classic craftsmanship with modern-day engineering to deliver a driving experience that stands apart from today's mainstream pickups. Whether you're a vintage truck lover or just looking for something unique that blends heritage with functionality, the new Baqueano 500 has a lot to offer. The legacy of the IKA Baqueano dates back to the 1960s, a time when ruggedness, reliability, and a no-nonsense approach to utility trucks dominated South American markets. The 2026 model stays faithful to that heritage but receives substantial updates under the hood and within the cabin. It's a truck that doesn't just turn heads with its style. It backs it up with performance specs and real-world drivability that impresses far more than just collectors. Under the hood of the 2026 IKA Baqueano 500, you'll find a 5.0-liter naturally aspirated V8 engine that roars with purpose. This retro-styled powerhouse delivers 395 horsepower and 430 pound-feet of torque, channeled through a smooth 6-speed manual gearbox or an optional 8-speed automatic. The choice of transmission shows that IKA knows their audience. The purists will appreciate the control and feel of a manual box, while those after convenience can opt for the more relaxed automatic setup. The truck does 0 to 60 miles per hour in just under 6.8 seconds, quite an achievement for a vintage-style utility vehicle weighing over 4,000 pounds. But straight-line performance isn't where this truck stops impressing. The Baqueano 500 rides on a new fully boxed ladder frame, updated for 2026 with enhanced rigidity and lighter weight. The suspension setup is also revised, front independent double wishbone suspension and a rear multi-leaf spring configuration. This combination offers a surprisingly smooth ride while maintaining traditional load-carrying capability. Ground clearance sits at a respectable 10.2 inches, giving it both the stance and practicality for off-road conditions and rugged rural environments. The steering is hydraulically assisted and tuned for more road feedback, bringing back a tactile driving experience many modern trucks lack. Handling on curves is composed, with minimal body roll compared to older generation pickups. Of course, it's not a sports car, but for a truck with vintage looks, its balance and confidence are worth noting. The brakes are ventilated discs all around, with ABS and electronic brake force distribution for modern stopping reliability. From rural dirt roads to urban highways, the Baqueano 500 handles all terrains with old-school strength and modern precision. Now let's talk about how it drives. If you're expecting a wallowy, slow-response ride, you're in for a surprise. The Baqueano 500 feels grounded and strong. Throttle response is crisp, especially in the lower rev range, making it easy to tow, haul, or cruise. The torque band is wide, and the clutch engagement is predictable with the manual transmission. Highway cruising is calm, thanks to solid sound insulation and the deep gearing of the 6th gear in the manual transmission. The V8 hums along with a deep, throaty soundtrack that adds personality without drone or fatigue. Tow capacity is rated at 8,200 pounds, and it handles that kind of load without breaking a sweat. Payload is around 1,700 pounds, and the bed is designed with practicality in mind. Steel-lined, with multiple tie-down points and a vintage-style tailgate latch that pays homage to the original 1960s models. Yet it's all been re-engineered with modern materials to reduce wear and improve durability. One of the most charming aspects of the Baqueano 500 is its design. The 2026 model retains the upright, boxy silhouette with a long hood, vertical grille slats, and round halogen-style LED headlamps. You also get chrome bumpers, steel wheels, and wide fender arches that scream retro but are functional for rugged use. It's a design that speaks directly to enthusiasts. It doesn't pretend to be futuristic. Instead, it owns its heritage unapologetically. The color palette is equally nostalgic, ranging from olive green to faded beige, navy blue to classic red, all with matte or semi-gloss finishes. You can also get optional white steel wheels and vintage badging, which only adds to the authentic charm. The fit and finish are top-notch, with narrow panel gaps and a solid, mechanical feel to everything from the door handles to the fuel cap. Moving inside the cabin, the Baqueano 500 keeps things simple but effective. Don't expect a digital overload. What you get instead is a purposeful, analog-rich environment that feels built to last. The dashboard is a slab of metal with riveted panels, large circular dials, and toggle switches that feel like aircraft-grade hardware. A small digital screen is tucked between the analog gauges, providing vital trip info, fuel economy, and basic navigation prompts. Seats are finished in rugged leatherette with exposed stitching and subtle embossing of the IKA logo on the headrests. The seats themselves are surprisingly comfortable and supportive, especially for longer drives. There's manual seat adjustment, of course, but the levers have a vintage design that just feels right in a truck like this. Climate control is handled by old-school knobs, and there's even a pull lever for recirculation, something you don't see anymore, but it works flawlessly here. Storage inside the cabin is practical. Deep door pockets, a large glove compartment, and a dual-layer center console with removable trays. There's a small wireless charging pad integrated discreetly under a sliding metal lid, and 2 USB-C ports are mounted below the dash. While the interior design might be retro, the functionality is all modern where it counts. Sound system-wise, the Baqueano 500 comes standard with a 6-speaker setup tuned for a warm, rich sound. You won't get subwoofers or a massive entertainment suite here, but you get Bluetooth, FM, AM, and support for USB audio. Apple CarPlay and Android Auto are optional through a hidden flip-out screen that's offered as an accessory, a nod to the fact that IKA wants to maintain a clean, era-specific look. Safety features include dual front airbags, ABS, traction control, lane departure warning, and a rear-view camera cleverly hidden behind the license plate. There's no adaptive cruise control or lane keeping assist here. This truck is for drivers who actually enjoy being in command. However, modern crumple zones, side impact beams, and rollover mitigation systems have been added to meet global safety standards. Fuel economy isn't the Baqueano 500's strong suit, but it's not terrible either. The naturally aspirated V8 returns around 16 mpg combined, 14 in the city, 19 on the highway. But this truck was never designed to be a commuter special. It's for weekend hauls, off-road excursions, and daily drives where you want to feel connected to the machine and the road. Customization options are plenty. You can opt for a dual-tone paint job, retro roof rack, off-road package with skid plates and all-terrain tires, or even a camper shell that matches the body. The base price of the 2026 IKA Baqueano 500 starts at around $44,000 USD, and the fully loaded versions can stretch just above $54,000 depending on trim and accessories. Production is limited to just 8,000 units globally, and each truck is hand-assembled in Argentina. That rarity adds a layer of collectability and investment appeal for enthusiasts. And unlike other vintage-inspired vehicles that are all show and no-go, the Baqueano 500 delivers on performance, durability, and driving fun. In conclusion, the 2026 IKA Baqueano 500 is a love letter to a golden era of pickup trucks, a machine that respects its past while embracing the essentials of modern motoring. It's not trying to compete with the Ford Raptors or the Ram Rebels of the world. Instead, it carves its own identity, built on simplicity, strength, and style that's become all too rare today. If you're someone who values mechanical engagement, timeless looks, and real truck utility, the Baqueano 500 might just be the vintage modern pickup you've been waiting for. Thanks for watching today's episode on IKA Mania. Make sure to like, subscribe, and comment down below if you'd take this retro brute over a modern high-tech pickup. And as always, keep your passion for driving alive. We'll see you in the next review.